know we can do better than that. How's everybody doing this morning? Good. That's a lot better. Okay, before we get started, I want everybody to close your eyes. Close your eyes, everybody. Close your eyes. Now raise your hands if you know what you want to do when you grow up. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Okay. Now, keep your eyes closed. If you don't know what you want to be when you grow up, raise your hand. Okay, great. Now open your eyes. That's okay. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up either. My name is John Hartsfield, as Mrs. Torres said. I grew up in El Paso, Texas. At a very young age, my parents got divorced. I was 6 years old, and at that time, my mom sat me down. She was a secretary, and she told me, I want to have a better life for us. So I'm going to make some self-sacrifice, and I'm going to work hard to provide a better life for you and myself and our future. And at this time, I really didn't understand what she was saying, what it meant. And my mom, she was a secretary at the time, and she worked an hour away from El Paso, White Sands. So she sat me down and she told me, you're not really going to see me. You're going to see me every day, but you're not really going to see valuable. You're not going to spend valuable time with me. I'm not going to be able to come to your games. I'm not going to be able to do all the extracurricular activities that we normally do. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drop you off at your grandma's at 6:30 in the morning. Then I'm going to drive an hour so that I can get to work on time. I'm going to get off at 5. Then I'm going to go to night school from 6 to 10. By the time I drive back, it will be 11 o'clock at night. She would pick me up. We would go home. We would get up. We would do it all over again the next day. And I remember at that time, I was getting involved in sports. I took a liking to basketball. I became very good at it. But I remember I would be the only person, the only kid on the team that I wouldn't have anybody from my family or friends up in the stands cheering for me. Everybody else had their parents at every game. My dad really wasn't in my life at the time, since my parents had split. My mom, she was working, she was in school, so I didn't have anybody to cheer me on. And I remember I would hear, some of my teammates talking back and forth, oh, he doesn't have anybody that cares about him. He doesn't have anybody that loves him, right? Because they would have, their parents, their friends, their brothers, their sisters there cheering for them at every game. I would have to get rides from some of the other parents, some of my other teammates to get to games, right? But I used it as fuel. I said, I'm going to take this negative and I'm going to entrench myself in the game of basketball, and I'm going to become as good as I can become. And I became very good at it. And so this went on for 6 years. 4 years, my mom received her bachelor's, but she kept going for another 2. She received her master's degree. And she missed all my middle school games, all my extracurricular AAU games. But she sacrificed those 6 years so that we could have a better future. She could provide a better life for herself and myself, right? It was a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline. The only thing she asked of me was that I stayed focused in school, I made good grades, I listened to my teacher, listened to my grandma, and that's what I did. When I got to high school, she was at every game, so she had sacrificed early so that she can be there during my high school years. And she didn't miss it every game. She had time freedom. She became a senior engineer for Raytheon Missile Systems, a computer engineer, to where she was over a team of people. and she had time freedom. She could pick me up from school, drop me off at school, take me to my game. She was there, right? And I became real good. I started being recruited by all the top schools in the country. I would get handwritten letters from Mike Krzyzewski, Roy Williams, recruited from Duke, North Carolina, University of Miami, Florida State University. And I thought I was going to go to one of these big Division I schools. That was always my dream, always my goal. But then my junior year, adversity hit. In a 3-month period, at this time my dad was starting to come back into my life because he would hear about me on the news. He would see me on the sports cover page. I was always in the paper after every game. So we were starting to have a relationship, but at that time, he suddenly died a month before the start of my junior basketball season. So within a 5-month period, I lost my dad. Then my best friend, who was my cousin, she died at 21 years old of leukemia. And then 3 months later, my grandmother, remember, my mom would drop me off every morning with my grandma. My grandma would take me to school, pick me up at school. She passed away. So at that point in time, I was real down. I was out. I wanted to stop playing basketball, give up on myself. But I had a lot of teammates, a lot of friends that were there at the time, right? Started to encourage me to keep going. So I fought through. I had a horrible season. All those Division I colleges that were recruiting me, they all went away. I had a decent senior year. I was still able to get a college scholarship, right? I went on to play college basketball, but when I got to college, I realized when you're in high school, you're the star of the team. But when you're in college, everybody on the team was the star in high school. You had to start all over. You were the low man on the totem pole again. You had to work your way back up, work your way back up. And I remember I wasn't really taking school too serious at the time. I was missing classes here and there. Now thinking my coach will find out. But our coach, he's a living legend in Louisiana. He's a Hall of Famer. His name is Eugene Rushing. He would always, when he recruited us, he told us, there's one thing that you're going to do. You're not all going to play professionally, but you're going to get a degree and you're going to go to class, right? And some of us that hit home, and some of us would always test limits and try. And so my freshman year, that's what I was doing. I wasn't going to all my classes, not thinking he would find out, but he did. He called me into his office and he said, John, what do you want to do when you grow up? I don't know, coach, play basketball. I mean, that's all I've ever done. That's all that I know. He was like, well, let me tell you something. You're not going to play professional basketball. News to you, you're not going to play professional basketball. So you need to start taking this school thing serious, right? And nobody had ever told me that before. And it hit home, but I was frustrated. I was mad. I was disappointed at the time, right? He's like discouraging me from my dream of playing professionally. And at the time, I wanted to transfer. I wanted to quit. And I voiced this to him. And he told me, you know, one day you're going to have a family, right? Imagine you have a job. And you come to work one day, you don't get along with your boss. What are you going to do? Are you going to quit? You don't get along with one of your coworkers. Are you going to act out? Are you going to throw a tantrum? Are you going to quit? You have a family at home that's depending on you, depending on your paycheck, right? You have responsibilities. You're not going to just quit and give up. Now you can do what you want to do, but if I were you, I would stay. I would be here. Your teammates are depending on you. They need you. You're a team. You're a band of brothers. And I would take this school thing serious. So I took his advice. I stayed. Ended up to have a pretty good college career. My senior year, I was captain of the team. I went on to to double major in criminal justice and health and physical education. Because I still wanted to be around basketball. I thought I was going to coach or either be a sports agent and go to law school. But when I graduated college, my uncle, he's a prominent attorney, he told me you really didn't have to go to law school anymore like he did back in the day and accrue a lot of debt. There were other ways to be successful and have an impact. So I started a consulting company, and what I do is we help professional athletes get prepared for life after sports, right? They've been playing sports their whole lives, that's all they know. But we help in that transition, get them involved within the community philanthropically, start their nonprofits, speaking engagements, meet and greets. And so it kept me around the sport. And now we started an organization called Icon to ICANN. What we do is we create mentorship and empowerment programs for underserved youth, underserved communities. We have a monthly initiative called Haircuts for the Homeless, where we'll, a team of 10 volunteer stylists, barbers, they'll cut anywhere from 100 to 150 homeless. We'll provide them with a hot meal, free health care. We do that every third Sunday of each month here locally. And then on a national level, we have a celebrity speaker series to where we highlight celebrity, right? We live in a social media reality TV world. You know, all you guys are on the social media channels, affiliates on the Instagram, Facebook. We give celebrity a platform because they're no different than you and I. They come from the same backgrounds, how to overcome the same obstacles, have the same feelings, right? And we give them a platform to tell their story about when they were sitting in your shoes and obstacles they had to overcome, when they doubted themselves, when they told they weren't good enough, they couldn't make it, but they had a dream and they were able to overcome to achieve great things. And we tour across the country. We team up with a nonprofit that's similar to our mission. We let 100 underserved kids come have a Make-A-Wish type experience, be able to reach out and touch that celebrity. And it's truly, truly incredible. But what I've learned is through the game of basketball, what it was doing, all my coaches throughout the years, they were teaching us life skills through the game of basketball, right? Teamwork, communication. In basketball, you have to communicate with your team, right? If you're doing a group project, group assignment, you have to communicate with your classmates to do the group project. If you're given a task at work, you have to communicate with your coworkers, your colleagues, right? You have to show up on time to class or you'll be tardy. You'll have to go to detention. Teachers can't show up late when the class is here to be taught. You have to show up on time. So you have to have discipline. You have to put hard work into anything that you do to reach a successful outcome, right? So all these things were taught through the game of basketball, and I apply them now to my everyday life. So I would say you can accomplish anything in life. You're gonna have to what? What did my mom do in the very beginning? She sacrificed, right? She wasn't with me for a period of time because she wanted to make a better future for herself and myself. She put in hard work because she was working the job to pay the bills. Then she had to go to school, essentially full-time. She was a mother, right? And then you have to believe in yourself. She believed that she could achieve. She believed that she could do it. And she could provide a better life for her family. And that's what she did. So I want you guys all to close your eyes again. And I want you to remember, if you don't remember anything that I said today, I want you to remember, no matter what you want to do in life, always remember to dream big. Don't be on the defensive in life, attack life offensively. Go towards your dreams. If you fall forward. Right? Failure to prepare is preparing to fail. Now open your eyes. Always remember, close your eyes and dream big, but then open your eyes and see, and apply hard work and dedication, and you can accomplish anything you want in life. Thank you.